Episode 9 is set to introduce around 8 new characters in this story by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about this film that a lot of people are really concerned about is, of course, whether or not the 8 new characters are going to take away the screen time of characters like Kylo Ren, Rey, and of course Leia, Luke Skywalker, Lando, you name it. Now, I don't think that fans have anything to worry about because a lot of these new characters are actually going to have scenes with those characters in this movie. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with the characters of Kylo Ren, Zorii, and even the Knights of Ren in Episode 9. Specifically, a description of a large battlefield that takes place during the third act of the film, where it's described that both Kylo Ren and Zorii are in a standoff where Kylo has his ignited lightsaber, with his Knights of Ren behind him. It said that Zorii has an ancient artifact that will lead to a certain revelation in the plot of the film that Kylo is after, as well as other characters such as Rey and Kylo Ren. The next goes over Zorii removing her helmet and dropping it on the ground into the rubble, where it's described that Kylo remembers who she really is and who she once was, once she reveals her face. The next goes over Zorii throwing a razor disc-like weapon that grazes Kylo Ren's upper thigh, causing him to fall down to the ground for a second, where he commands his Knights of Ren to go after her as she runs away. Another goes over all the knights surrounding Zorii eventually in a circular formation, where Kylo walks his way back to her. It's said that Kylo begins to use the Force to lift Zorii up in mid-air, as he interrogates her only for her to drop the ancient artifact that he is looking for. Kylo drops Zorii upon examining the artifact, where he realizes it's not the authentic one that he needs. It's described that the Resistance, including Rey and her team, has the authentic artifact that Zorii helped them in exchange for some valuable information. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this and as to why I'm really starting to believe here that Zorii is going to be more around the lines of a bounty hunter in Episode 9. In case you guys have no idea who Zorii really is, she is going to be the actual character portrayed by Keri Russell, who is also codenamed Mara. Now, we're not quite sure if Zorii is an alias that's being used in this movie or if that is the legitimate, actual, real name of Keri Russell's character. It's kind of like thinking of it like this, where you have Darth Vader, but he's also Anakin Skywalker. So in this scenario, is Zorii just Zorii, or is Zorii also Mara? That's a huge question for sure. So, apart from all of this, alright, I want to go over this weapon that she actually uses against Kylo Ren. Now, this is a moment in which Kylo Ren is going up against Zorii, a little battle, if you will. We went over something very similar about a week ago, give or take, and this disc-like weapon that grazes Kylo Ren's upper thigh actually causes yet another injury to Kylo Ren, where he falls down to the ground for a couple of seconds before commanding his Knights of Ren to actually go after her and surround her in a circular fashion. So, this is where things really start to begin to get very interesting. Now, when we look at Star Wars Episode 9, we do know that the ancient artifact that is being used in this film is going to be a part of the evolving MacGuffin. In case you guys have no idea what the MacGuffin really is, the MacGuffin is a plot device that moves the story forward, right? And it's all going to be done through some of the characters like Rey, Kylo Ren, Leia, all these different characters that will be interacting with different pieces to the overall puzzle, right? All these different pieces to the bigger picture here in Episode 9 that leads to the main revelation at the very end of the movie. So the other one of which that I do want to go over is that Kylo Ren actually recognizes who this Zorii character really is once she actually removes the helmet and drops it into the rubble on the ground. So this also raises yet another question. Is she an ex-Knight of Ren, or a rogue Knight of Ren if you will, that decided to depart out of the First Order and just go her own way and do her own thing in the galaxy? That's a possibility. Now, in case you guys have no idea what Zorii really looks like, we got those leaked images not too long ago where she's got that purple outfit, she's got that helmet. A lot of people kept saying that she looks like a Power Ranger. I will agree with that. I think that they could have done a better job on the design of Zorii, but nonetheless, I mean, I think it's got a really cool, unique design to it, but I think that they could have done a whole lot better to that character. So the other thing that I do want to go over is the whole entire sequence involving both Kylo Ren and Zorii engaging in a little duel where Kylo Ren is actually using the Force to lift her up in mid-air, interrogating her where she eventually drops the actual ancient artifact that Kylo is after, where he examines it and realizes that it's not the real one, that Rey and her crew, the Resistance if you will, has the authentic one, and Zorii made a deal with them that she made an exchange for that relic in order for some valuable information. What's the valuable information that Zorii needed? We'll actually find out once the movie drops, most likely. So, what I find very interesting about this, guys, is that Kylo has a lot of scenes with Zorii as well as Rey in this film, and I couldn't be more excited to see what JJ is able to do with this movie. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.